A year sounds like a long time. But think about this. 1 year ago, what were you worried about? What goals were you promising yourself you'd start soon? What habits were you trying to fix? Now here's the uncomfortable question. How much has actually changed? Because every year millions of people say, this is my year. I'm finally going to get disciplined. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to study harder. I'm going to stop wasting time. But 12 months later, most of them are standing in the exact same place. Meanwhile, someone else completely transforms their life. Better grades, better habits, more confidence, more money, more opportunities. So what's the difference? Are they smarter, more talented, more motivated? Not really. And once you understand why, you might never look at self-improvement the same way again. The big lie most people believe. When I was younger, I thought changing your life meant making huge changes. Wake up at 5 a.m., read 50 books, study 6 hours every day, hit the gym 7 days a week, become a productivity machine overnight. Sounds familiar? Maybe you've done it too. You watch a motivational video, you get inspired, you create the perfect schedule, and for about 3 days, you're unstoppable. Then reality shows up, you get tired, you miss a day, you fall behind, and suddenly you're back to your old habits. The problem? Most people try to change their entire life in one weekend. People who actually transform, they do something very different. And this is where everything changes. Reason. Number 1. They stop chasing motivation. This might surprise you. The people who change their lives aren't motivated all the time. In fact, most days they don't feel like doing the work either. Think about a student studying for exams. One student waits until they feel motivated. The other studies for 30 minutes every day no matter what. Guess who wins? The second student. Not because they're smarter, because they stop negotiating with their feelings. Most people ask, do I feel like doing this? Successful people ask, is this important? That's it. Small shift, massive difference. And honestly, this was one of the hardest lessons for me. Because motivation feels amazing, but consistency changes lives. Imagine two friends, let's call them Alex and Ryan. Both want to improve their lives. Alex spends hours watching productivity content. Ryan starts taking a 20-minute walk every day. Alex buys planners. Ryan uses one simple checklist. Alex keeps searching for the perfect system. Ryan keeps showing up. 1 year later, Ryan looks like a completely different person. Not because he worked harder, because he worked longer. That's the secret nobody talks about. Consistency looks boring, but boring wins. Every single time. Reason number 2. They focus on identity, not goals. Most people set goals. I want straight A's. I want abs. I want more money. Nothing wrong with that. But goals alone don't change behavior. Identity does. Here's what I mean. Instead of saying, I want to study more, start saying, I'm the type of person who studies even when I don't feel like it. Instead of, I want to get fit, say, I'm someone who takes care of my body. It sounds small, but your brain starts acting differently. Because people naturally want their actions to match their identity. And this creates a powerful question. What kind of person are your daily habits proving you are? Take a second and think about that, seriously, because that question can change everything. Reason number 3. They stop trying to win the whole year today. This is where most people get stuck. They think too far ahead. They look at a huge goal and immediately feel overwhelmed. Maybe you've experienced this. You look at all your assignments. Your room is messy. Your sleep schedule is broken. You're behind on everything. And your brain basically says, forget it. So you scroll TikTok, watch YouTube, play games, anything except dealing with it. But people who transform their lives understand something important. You don't need to win the year today. You only need to win today. That's it. One workout, one study session, one healthy meal, one productive hour. When you shrink the challenge, action becomes possible. And action creates momentum. Reason number 4. They get comfortable being bad at things. This one is huge. Most people quit because they're embarrassed to be beginners. They want immediate results, immediate confidence, immediate success. But real growth doesn't work like that. The first workout feels awkward. The first video looks terrible. The first business idea probably fails. The first attempt usually isn't impressive, and that's normal. The people who change their lives understand that being bad is part of becoming good. They see failure as proof they're learning. That's a completely different mindset, and it changes everything. Here, the real secret. Want to know the biggest difference between people who transform and people who stay stuck? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's this. One group keeps making promises. The other group keeps making progress. Even tiny progress. Especially tiny progress. Because tiny progress compounds. One extra page read every day. One extra workout each week. One less hour wasted online. One better decision. Repeated hundreds of times. For an entire year. That's how lives change. Not overnight, but faster than most people think. So if you're watching this and feeling behind, feeling frustrated, feeling like everyone else is moving faster than you, remember this. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need motivation. You do not need a life-changing breakthrough. You need one small action, today, not tomorrow, not Monday, not next month, today. Because the people who change their life in a year aren't special, they just stop waiting. So here's your challenge. Before this day ends, do one thing your future self will thank you for. Study for 20 minutes, go for a walk, read a few pages, clean your desk, start the project, anything. Just prove to yourself that you're moving forward. One step. That's all it takes. And if you're ready to level up this year, make sure you stick around, because we're building that future together. See you in the next one.